Today I'm going to be showing you how to repair a pair of scissors. Of course this one's fine, but these are cheap IKEA scissors. The idea is that you have these, I guess they're called rivets or whatnot. Um, so it popped out of this pair of scissors. I really enjoy this pair of scissors, and it's one of those things where when it first broke I thought, hey, I'm going to have to, I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm not going to buy a new one, and I really like this pair of scissors. I use it for cooking. So that was a bit disappointing when they broke, and money's tight and all that, and just one little thing that you don't want to spend, if you don't need to. So first things first is you're gonna have to want to replace that rivet with something else. You could do another rivet, but I don't have the tools to do that, and probably most of you don't. So I went to the hardware store, and this is what I got. And the reason I got so much is because they won't sell you, this is all I need, and actually I have it set aside, but this is all that I needed. Um, but they won't, that won't weigh out to any actual measurement. So I had to spend 16 cents on all these nuts and bolts that I will probably use for another project at some other time. But yeah, that's all 16 cents. And that's all you need. You need that, a screwdriver, and if you want to make it look good, you're going to need maybe a little Dremel or a cutting tool. But that last thing is not actually necessary. You're going to take, this, and you're going to put it through the hole. Let's see if I can get it on camera right. Yeah, so you're going to put it through the hole, right? Just like that. And then you're going to get your other part. Line it up, right? You got nice scissors there, right? And then we're going to put our little washer and right there. I don't even know if the washer is necessary, but considering I had to buy so many, it's like, why not? And then we're just going to screw the nut. You might be able to get a locking nut. Again, I don't know if it's necessary. Try to get the right size. I had to get the smallest, I guess M3. It's quite small. It doesn't have to be exact, it just has to fit. And there you have it. You're going to want to, this is actually fine, but it's a good idea to tighten it a bit. Get that on camera. So it's a good idea to tighten it a bit, and I'm actually going to put it a bit tight, and it actually works. It's a bit stiff, but it works quite well, and I know that it will loosen up a little bit over time. So that's the reason. Really hope it doesn't, but even if it's a little stiff, it's you can loosen it up a little bit. But this is actually quite good, feels natural. And what you end up is, I got probably a screw that's a little bit too long. If you get the right size, it doesn't matter. So because we want this to look quite nice, because look, I'll go ahead and put the cover on this side. I gotta just put it on there, and that looks like it originally was, and we just have to take care of that. And you can figure out a way to cut it. I will be using a Dremel, and I cut a bit too much. I cut right there, but I was not as careful as I had hoped, and you'll see a little bit of marks there. But and then again, that's not a big deal, and we will put the cover on there because that was the goal. And yeah, back to normal. Nice big pair of scissors. Honestly, other than the botched up work here that And honestly, like I notice it and I can see the scratches, but otherwise it's like nobody would question it. And next time, of course, try to be a little more accurate, careful, but that takes time. So yeah, with that, it's perfect. I mean, honestly, um, it should last. It's bolted on there, so honestly, it should last longer. Uh, and you can do that with any pair of scissors. You can even do that with the cheap, this cheap IKEA pair of scissors. I'm not going to demonstrate that, but it's the same concept. And if that were to break, I could do the same thing, and with the right parts, it would work. And I mean, I know a lot of this stuff. It's like, hey, I could go buy, was that about three for €1, so they're 30 cents a piece. I mean, this was not as cheap, so this, like I said, and the screws themselves are, I mean, like I said, 12 cents for that whole bunch. So, and then it's just your time. I mean, if I wasn't making the video, it would have been 1 or 2 minutes of my time, and €5. 1 or 2 minutes for €5. Yeah, it's worth it.